Hello, my dedicated 5G fans. Feeling a little bit better today. A lot more caffeine, so hopefully that helps a little bit. We're going to take a look at the 5G ETF and some of the big names, and we'll get started right away. 5G ETF, the overall barometer for the market, giving us another indecision candlestick. What is notable to me was that we had a bearish attack, a higher open, a bearish attack, rejected again on pretty good volume. On a few names, we're seeing that we have very close to a double top over the last couple of days. So on those particular names, if we're going to see continued strength and breaking through a couple of those levels, I think that's going to be good for the overall 5G ETF. And a little bit set up differently here, but we're going to look for a break of 26.53 out of the gate tomorrow. Our next resistance above that is going to be 26.73. Should we fail that, I'm going to be looking for some pre-market levels, and then we are going to be looking and keeping a cautious eye out for the loss of daily higher lows. Right now, this is going to be nice consolidation on the hourly and 4-hour time frames. As we've aggressively moved up over the past 4 days, we need to take a break, and sometimes that manifests itself in the form of these indecision candlesticks. On the hourly time frame, you can see that we are doing that stair-step action, and then there's that area of resistance against 26.53 right there. Higher lows on the hourly time frame, coiling up and forming almost an ascending triangle. And there is that hourly RSI allowing it to cool off a little bit. So I'm interested in a break of 26.53. If we lose our hourly uptrend, we're going to be looking for 4-hour consolidation. Our last low is down here at $26. AVGO. So here's an example of what I'm talking about in that coiling, tightening action. We have an area of a double top resistance, so the high of yesterday and high of today, in conjunction with the resistance established on the 27th and prior to that on the 23rd. Obviously a key level here, 319, let's just call it 320. Once we break that resistance, things are looking pretty optimistic for AVGO, and I'm going to be watching for an early morning show of strength by the bulls. If we see a quick flush to the downside, I'm going to take advantage of that and set my stop against the low of day with the anticipation that bulls are going to carry the strength that we're seeing in today's action. That big push by the bears absolutely rejected, and now we want that momentum to carry forward into tomorrow, looking for a break over 319.88. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, there is that 4-hour uptrend, consolidation, 4-hour higher low, and now that key area of resistance on the hourly time frame, retaking that trend. So we did lose that hourly higher lows, but we've established a 4-hour higher low, and now we have hourly higher lows again against that important 319.88 resistance. So what we would like to see early on would be a quick flush, a break, and then who knows what happens after that, but things setting up pretty well for AVGO. MRVL, not quite as strong, but we do have a nice double top again, right underneath our EMA 26 resistance. So our high is going to be, 26.05 and 26 psychological. So again, we'd like to see open below 26, hit that level. And the ideal scenario is somewhat similar to something we saw on NOK today on the 5-minute time frame. We are looking at this area of resistance. I believe it was 14.15. So we hit that level, smacked against it a few times, broke out, back tested, and then had a nice run. That's sort of what I'd like to see on MRVL against $26. I would like us to open below it. I'd like us to see it act as a clear level of resistance, keep setting higher lows on the 5-minute time frame, and then eventually taking out that wall, allowing the bulls to establish some pretty positive price action. The only resistance we have beyond that is 26.60. So if we fail to do that, what I would be looking for would be something like this. Let's mark out that 26, let's call it, where is it? 26 right there. What we would look for would be opening against that level and holding higher highs, higher lows. And if we break one of those lows, then we're going to be looking for consolidation. And we have consolidation opportunity on the hourly time frame to the low of 25.47. So about 50 cents worth of room to work with, and still being able to maintain a relatively strong position for the bulls to try again, but all about the $26 level. SWKS not as strong. We didn't get that nice follow through after 1-2 days of indecision. Bears controlled most of the day here, and the momentum seems to be going to the downside in this particular ticker. Support for SWKS is at 112.70. If we go to the hourly time frame, we can see that we lost that hourly uptrend, and we had since probably got a 15-minute oversold bounce, Took a little while to get going here, but 117.88 is our resistance right now, and likely going to be resistance in after hours if bulls are able to show some strength right away tomorrow and break over 117.88 and follow the rest of the 5G tickers in what I anticipate is going to be a bullish start. Then we have relatively little in the way of resistance here on the hourly or on the 15-minute time frame. So not as strong a setup, but watch out for a break of 117.88. Support, it's at 116.92, and then the low of day 116.52. If we lose those levels, then we're going to be heading all the way down to that 112.70 area. INSG, similar setup to SWKS, not any show of strength on the part of the bulls today. $77.89 is the key level. Still managing to set daily higher lows. So as long as we can do that, bulls have some hope of maintaining this uptrend. 4-hour higher lows intact as well, but the hourly is lost with a new lower high and a recent 50-minute trend change. $7.62. Low of day support is at $7.35. ADI, this is the one I was the most optimistic for today. Didn't see any bullish follow through. In fact, we just barely broke the high, and I'm suspecting that we did that very early in the morning and then just gave all of that action back up. But we are still holding daily higher lows, so we're going to be watching for a support of 115.35 to come into play tomorrow. And let's just go to the 5-minute time frame, see what this price action looked like today. And there it is, open, quick flush, not even holding it for 5 minutes, big sell-off into a 5-minute oversold bounce, lower high, and then a low of day test that held initially. A little bit of back and forth everywhere today with no real clear direction, and winners just a scalper's delight essentially on ADI. Not the look I was going for or anticipating on ADI today, but we'll see if this follows suit with what we hope to be a strong day on AVGO and MRVL, and see if these SWKS, INSG, and ADI can look to those names for a little bit of strength. But my particular interests for tomorrow's trading, if I'm going to be limiting myself to just these 5G ETFs, or 5G ETFs and these 5G tickers, would be AVGO and MRVL. That's it for today, guys. Congratulations to everyone who had a successful trading day. It was wild trading Tesla with the community. If you guys like trading with people, and let's be honest, trading is a lonely enterprise at times. We have some of the best people I've ever met in the Chart Guys community, and I encourage you to check out chartguys.com and come and meet them.